Hey, it's No Hesitation. Happy New Year's. I wanted to make this video before the end of the year, kind of talking a little bit more about myself, what I know I'm going to be doing by next year. And I also wanted to talk about you guys. Who are you really becoming this year? I mean, to be honest, next year. Who are you becoming next year? Who are you striving to be? There's so many things that we miss. And we think that time is infinite, but it's very limited. And if you don't start, you might miss everything that you've always desired to have. And you got to understand yourself. Like, what are you striving to do anyways? What are you striving to push forward towards? Do you have any goals in mind? I feel like, especially on my side, like all my friends that I had to cut them all off. First off, I had to cut them completely off because, to be honest, they're complete dead weights. They were never happy that I was always constantly wanting to improve myself. They were never happy for me to, push myself. They never cheered me on. Matter of fact, the moment that I stopped talking to them is the moment that I started to realize within myself who my true friends were. And no one ever called me. No one ever hit me up, And it was the most amazing thing ever, to be honest. A lot of people might think of it something fucking crazy or something, but it was the most amazing thing, because the moment that you stay silent, the moment you are quiet, is the moment you start to realize who the fuck you are. What is your mission in this life? To be honest, bro, you do not live a very long life. There's some people that pass away in their 20s. There's some people that pass away in their 30s, and there's some people that will pass away when they're like in their teens. Life is very unpredictable, and you don't know when your time is up. You will never know. And I'm not saying this to be scared or afraid, but I'm more saying this of, what are you going to be doing for the next year with your life? What are you really going to be doing? Are you just going to go to the gym for 2 months and just fucking call it a day? Are you really going to strive to better yourself, to better your health, to better your mindset? What is your mission in this life? What is your goals? Fuck everybody else. I'm not saying fuck your parents, but to be honest, fuck them and what they think. Fuck your friends. Fuck everybody, to be honest. You can't care about what people think. We all wear a mask. We all follow, not a leader, but in a sense, we all follow each other's footsteps and end up in the same shithole if you do not escape from that. It's a very example as my friends. All my friends smoke, they drink, they're fucking pathetic. And the moment that I wanted to go to the gym or strive for more success or start my own business is the moment I started to realize how egotistical, how much they hated me, how much they talked crap behind my back. They never cheered me on, like I said. They never helped me out. They were complete deadweights. My friends actually wanted me to be in the same position that they are in, just because they didn't want me to win. They didn't want to see me win. I'm going to tell you this, man. You need to start to realize who the fuck you are right now. What are you going to do? What is, like I said, your mission? What are you going to be striving for? Are you going to stay consistent with it? Or are you just going to quit? You need to start asking questions within yourself. Because you have to understand that everything is in an eternal perspective. And everything that you see around is projecting what you have inside of you. This world that we call world is like a projector of what you have inside. If my inner world is different and a different type of perspective of, for example, I'm gonna give you an example that a lot of people can understand this. For example, lottery winners. Almost 70% of lottery winners have absolutely lost their money, or worse, gotten back to where they were at. Why is that? Because their mindset was shifted in a certain type of way that was a 9-to-5 type of worker. 70% also that go to the gym that are completely fit, 2 months later, they go right back to where they were at. It's the same thing that I was explaining of people cannot stay consistent with something for a very long time. It's very hard. Even marriage today, if you look at it, it fucking sucks. A person can't even last being with someone for more than a year. Why is that? It's because their internal world inside of them isn't fixed. It's all fucked up. It's all janky. You need to start to sit down in a quiet spot and truly analyze yourself. Truly visualize what you want in this world. Because I'm telling you this, bro, you are not going to live for a very long time. And it's the harsh reality. And I don't want to say this because I want you to it's not like I don't want you to live. It's not like I don't want you to live for more than 70, 80 years. It's even hard to even be in that position in the first place with, the people around you, the environment, the health conditions today. It's very hard to just be alive in the first place. Even driving is really risky because people around you is fucking terrible. I'm not saying that I don't want you to live for a very long time, but it's just the hard truth. You aren't going to live that long. I say myself, I only have about 50 to 60 years. Or even less, maybe 40 years. I don't know. Maybe by the time I'm 30. But what I do want to know is I want to be satisfied or happy that I actually did something for myself. That I actually pushed myself. And I never had a doubt. I never had a what if. A lot of people don't like Andrew Tate whatsoever. But one of the things that I heard was in his boxing match was he said that, regardless of anything, I couldn't stand myself not knowing what if. What if I won or what if I lost? I could take a loss. He said, I could take a loss, but I couldn't take a what if. What if next year you started going to the gym and you actually started becoming healthier? What if next year you started this business and it actually started to get money, income coming in? What if you started working on your mindset so well that everything around you started to change? That's something that you have to understand yourself. Everybody in this world has so much potential. You have potential. We're all human beings at the end of the day. I hate when people started to idolize musicians. They're all human beings, my man. I'm not saying they're not good artists. I'm not saying like, I have a sign of respect, but I don't idolize. I don't be screaming at them. And the reason I'm just saying this or explaining this is because at the end of the day, you can be any of these people. You can be like LeBron James. I'm dead fucking serious. You can be any football player. I don't know if you're in school right now. I can't really for say, but I'm just speaking for everybody. You can be absolutely anybody you want in this world. If it's success, if it's fame, if it's working on your health, whatever it is that you truly desire, you need to start pushing forward. You need to start first working on that mindset within you. Really analyze who you are and what are you going to become by next year. Who are you striving for? What type of desires do you have that you want to complete? Because I'm telling you, at any moment, and I'm not saying this to be rude or cast something at you, but I don't want you to be afraid, but I'm just saying, you do not know when you're going to die. And imagine by 2 months right now, as we speak, you're on your deathbed. Are you going to feel satisfied? Are you going to feel fulfilled that you actually did something within your life? Are you going to feel like, man, at least I tried. At least I don't have that in the back of my mind like I didn't. At least I made my people proud, my parents proud. At least I showed myself that I was capable of doing something. You need to start fucking working on that. You need to start doing something within yourself. You don't have much time, especially in this economy. And I'm not trying to say, oh, you should worry about all this bullshit. Nah, fuck the news, fuck everything. And I'm not trying to criticize, but all of that, social media in general, is trying to consume you. Is trying to put you in a position where it's trying to scare you. But all I'm trying to say just in general is that things are going to get much more harder every year. And if you do not step up in this plate and do something within your life, you're going to get left behind. You need to do something within yourself. You need to push yourself. You need to strive for some sort of success. It can be absolutely anything. If you truly desire to become a teacher and you go path to that career, you are successful. But actually do something within your life. Because the moment that you don't do anything or you don't set goals is the moment you get left behind, is the moment you start to feel upset or sad or not fulfilled within your life because you didn't absolutely do anything. You stayed still. And that is the most riskiest thing you could do. Taking a risk is less riskier than doing absolutely nothing. So truly analyze, who are you going to become? What are you destined to do in this life? If it's to be able to take care of your parents, if it's to be able to have a better mindset, if it's to be able to have a better health, truly figure that out. I'm telling you, the moment you start taking those steps in the inner world is the moment that everything else starts to change. You start to change. The moment you start rewiring your mindset and programming yourself as whatever version of whatever you desire is the moment that everything else starts to change in this projective world. I absolutely didn't do anything when I first, maybe I was like 17. I absolutely didn't do nothing. I was eating like shit. I was smoking. I was drinking. I was edging. I was fucking terrible. I wasn't working. My parents were taking care of me in a sense. And, they still are, but I'm moving out already very soon, It's something that I changed completely. I feel more fulfilled now. I feel more happy. everything is starting to change completely in my world. And it is the most amazing thing that I could ever have in this life. So I'm excited, bro. I'm excited for you. I'm excited for what you can do in this world. And I want you to leave in the comments, what are your goals? What do you desire? And really air it out to everybody. Tell people, this is what I'm going to do. This is what I strive to be. And everything else, trust me, everything else will change.